Here we go.
Well, hello there. You amazing, beautiful, wonderful people. This is video 3 of 3. 3 today, baby. 3. If you haven't seen the other 2, what are you doing? After this one, go check them out. In this one, I am dipping my toes back into the Jay Slater case. Because I still see videos pretty much every day. Spinning the wheels of it, right? And I think what's happened in this case, let me just get off the screen. What's happened in this case is people are so focused on pushing these crazy stories, crazy situations, that they've really missed what are the key indicators of actual foul play in the Jay Slater case. Because, look, I concluded, I'd looked at everything, I'd listened to everything, I'd seen everything, and I'd realised that the vast majority of the stuff that was out there on the Jay Slater case was pretty much bullshit. Do you know what I mean? It was pretty much bullshit. We'd seen faked posts from trying to say that Tom Hilton was in Tenerife. I've waited, I've sat, I've been patient. There's been no fucking proof brought forward that Tom Hilton was actually in Tenerife whatsoever. Nothing. Nothing whatsoever. So all we've got from the Tom Hilton connection is faked posts. We saw a call that was apparently between some fucking Irish guy and Lucy on the night of... And don't even get me fucking started on that. That was clear bullshit as well, which we absolute proven had nothing to do with that case. It was actually from a fucking year ago. We've got beach footage, which apparently depicted Jay Slater being murdered on a beach, which, again, I think we've all seen enough to understand that the likelihood of that footage being of that is not, it ain't. We've seen other people who have been doing fucking videos trying to say that they were pictures of Jay Slater taken on a fucking boat, which then led into this Maruba boat connection that had been fucking facilitated by Mark Williams Thomas. And these people are so fucking stupid, they can't even realise that what they're looking at is a photograph of a picture on a phone, and a lot of what you see in the fucking picture is reflecting off the glass of the phone or tablet, whatever the picture's on. So someone's took a picture, has flashed and reflected what's behind the screen. And you think, this is the stuff that's being pushed in the Jay Slater case. And they're trying to push certain things to say certain things. When in reality, there are more simple things around this case that would indicate the potential for foul play. And I'll tell you why, right? So in Tenerife at the moment, there's a case that, like, don't get me wrong, this isn't an exhaustive list. I'm just talking about the last few weeks. We've seen another murder in Tenerife, which is an older couple where the lady had been dismembered. The guy had vanished. In the hunt for the husband, they found a body in a car that was in the water. And then they've now found in Tenerife a burnt and charred body, which I believe that they're trying to suggest could potentially be the dismembered woman's husband. People have been arrested in that, and it would seem that this had stemmed from some kind of altercation or some argument over property, rent perhaps, but we'll see how that goes. But people have been arrested, and yeah, that's ongoing. But the point being, there's a lot that fucking happens around Tenerife. There was recently also a TikToker, someone who goes around and does these things. She had seemingly had her room broken into and a bottle thrown at her. And again, this is Tenerife, and she depicted this on video. But so this place is fucking nuts, right? Tenerife is nuts. I believe Tales of Life calls it Tenerife, hell on earth. And this place is fucking Tenerife, hell on earth, I tell you. There's a lot of stuff happening. So, from my perspective, from a factual perspective, we've not been shown any proof, absolute undeniable proof, that would suggest that anything happened to Jay beyond the fact that he fell. Now, and again, I'm not saying that's 100% what happened. I'm saying that's where we are from a legal standpoint. Like loads of people say, I don't understand why the police haven't done this or they haven't done that or why this hasn't been done, that hasn't been done. I'll tell you why it hasn't been done, because they've got access to more than what we have. Heaven fucking forbid that law enforcement have more than fucking TikTokers and YouTubers, but look. But we know what we've got, and we wouldn't have enough to bring fucking charges to anyone, would we? Absolutely not. We can think and feel and fucking wonder and have speculation and think, look at someone and think you're fucking sketchy. But looking sketchy, don't fucking get an arrest, do it? Don't get someone charged. But, so look, from a factual perspective, Jay fell. And my question to that was, okay, if we go with that and say he fell, what was the aggravating factors in that? Was he under the influence of something? Who knows? Was he scared of something? And because he was scared of something, that then led to him to make decisions that would ultimately lead to his demise. Now, I know that's boring shit, and people don't fucking... There's not a lot to talk about in that, and you cop a load of flack when you start saying things like this because it's just not fucking interesting. But that's kind of where you look when you strip all the crap away. But if you dig a little deeper, there are indicators that could potentially lead you to believe that this is evidence that indeed Jay Slater could have been murdered. And that is in the fact that this place is such a fucking sketchy place, and there is so much stuff happening around it, that if these people who are around Jay truly believe that he was okay when he left, so Ayub Qasim, he's going with Jay was fine. He came alive, he left alive, there was nothing wrong with him, he was wanting to get food, so he was completely compos mentis, and then he goes and he winds up dead. So I would be thinking, why wouldn't, and again, and what we're saying is, we're then talking about Lucy and Brad and Brandon, so they knew Jay, they knew what he was like, they knew what his capabilities were, what his capacities were at that point, and you think to yourself, okay, so why has none of them themselves questioned what happened? Why haven't any of them seemingly come forward and said, look, we don't believe that Jay was that fucking stupid that he would have done this. It doesn't make sense. So you first of all could say, so why isn't there a rift between Lucy, for instance, and Ayub Qasim? Because from the outset, in terms of how she approached media around the Ayub Qasim and finding where Jay had gone, it would, in early doors, it would suggest that she was questioning them. It was like she was trying to distance herself from how well she really knew them, and she'd kind of stated that they were like rabbits in headlights. They were surprised that they had been found. So that kind of then just vanished. That disappeared. That connection, that mentality from Lucy towards Ayub Qasim, Rocky and Bullwinkle, that kind of was a flash in the pan. And we never heard any more about that. She had even said that they should be questioned more. So everything kind of fizzled out. So it could be argued in these little details, was Lucy warned off of going further after Rocky and Bullwinkle? Is that why she started off in that direction? And they must be questioned. They weren't fucking behaving right. They were like rabbits in headlights. To all of a sudden, it's like, no, we agree with it. There's been a lot of people who have seemingly started out the gates with a bit in their teeth, and all of a sudden they've been like fucking, like they've been smacked on the arse, and it's like, all right, I'll leave it. Like, some people had accused that of me. I'll tell you now, I haven't been threatened by anybody. I haven't been threatened, I haven't been approached, I haven't been fucking paid off, bought off, whatever. You know, I sit back, I take my time, I look at everything. And at the time when I'd done the original video regarding the Jay Slater case, it just wasn't fucking anything. I was just sick of fucking idiots pushing crap that had no relevance to the case. And if you don't like the fact that I'm saying that these people are fucking idiots, then I don't care about that either. Because if people want to push out shit, and they want to try and push it as fact, or package it in ways that would suggest that this is connected and this is what you need to be looking at, then these people are not good for this niche. They're not good for the case. They're not good for anything. Yes, question things. Question everything. but there is a fucking fine line, and there was lines being overstepped all the time, and I'd got fucking sick of it. Especially when there are things around the case that do absolutely point towards people being dodgy, but it seems like there's just so much mud being thrown in the water that you now can't see the real problems, the real things that are indicative of something going on. Had a little bit of a rant there. I hope you're all well anyway. It's been Tuesday. That's been video 3. So, like I say, with respect of Jay Slater and the real evidence that something nefarious happened, I think the biggest clue of it all are the people around him and their behaviours and their willingness to accept what happened to him in terms of this narrative that's being pushed. I find it very hard that these people around him who knew him have so easily accepted that in a place where an alternative is very, very possible. Very, very possible. Let me know what you think, and I'll catch you all tomorrow.